What is up, guys? TGA19 here, and today is finally the day that I bring to you my top 5 most anticipated games for 2016. Now, do bear in mind that this list counts all consoles, so I will be including Xbox One exclusive games on this list. It won't just be limited to PlayStation 4, because I wanted to vary this list out a little bit, just to include some other games in there, so that, to get an equal match of games. Now, do bear in mind, of course, as well, like any other countdown that you will ever see on this channel or any other channel, this is all my personal opinion. So let me know in the comment section what your most anticipated games for 2016 are. But with that being said, hope you enjoy the video, and let's get down into my top 5. So coming in at number 5, we of course have Tom Clancy's The Division. Now, of course, this game was supposed to release in 2015, but it's got delayed now, like 2 or 3 times now? And I will say that we really haven't heard much about this game. I mean, we've seen some gameplay demos of it at E3 2013 and 14. I think they showed a trailer for it at last E3. But to be honest with you, we haven't really seen much of this game, and I think that's what intrigues me the most. Of course, it takes place in this post-apocalyptic world. It's an online game, of course, like very co-op related, where you fight off against other people who are playing online as well. I mean, it's a very interesting looking game. The only problem you could say is that, of course, we all know that Ubisoft have a bit of a tendency to release unfinished games, and I really do think The Division is their last chance to redeem themselves. I mean, you look at what happened with Watch Dogs, the backlash that got, Assassin's Creed Unity, and The Crew. They've released quite a few games, have got a lot of backlash, and I think this really is their last opportunity to save themselves, because I think if The Division fails, then I really do think that Ubisoft will be in quite a lot of jeopardy come 2016. And of course, they've also got Far Cry Primal as well, but I'm not really too bothered about that. But yeah, Tom Clancy's Division, a very good looking game, and that's why it gets to my number 5. So coming in at number 4, we now have Ratchet & Clank, the PlayStation 4 remaster. Now, I'll be completely honest with you, the only Ratchet & Clank game that I've ever played was Ratchet & Clank Nexus on my little cousin's PlayStation 3. But I will admit that I really enjoyed that game. And while I was watching the PlayStation Experience this year, I saw this game and I was blown away by what I saw. The graphics on this game literally look the exact same as if you would go to watch a Pixar movie made by Disney. And it's just absolutely ridiculous how good, the graphics are for this game. This is really the true definition of a remaster, because I went on some images and, looked back at the original compared to this. This is what a remaster should always be. In fact, this isn't even a remaster, this is a remake. Screw what I've just said earlier, this is a remake. This is how you remake a game, and it just looks unbelievably good. I mean, I really do admit that, this is a game that I probably hopped onto a bit late. I know Michael Barnes, or Ratchet 7, whatever you want to call him, will probably kill me for the fact that, I've never played any of the games apart from Nexus. But I mean, after looking at this game, it really does intrigue me, and I really do want to get this next year. I think it just really is a question of if I'll have enough money at that time to be able to buy it. But yeah, this is definitely a game to watch out for. It looks really good. I love the look at the gameplay on it, and just the style of the game looks really fun, and that's why it gets onto the number 4. So coming in at number 3, we of course have Quantum Break. Now, this is easily one of the most anticipated Xbox One exclusives that I've been hyped up for quite a while. I mean, I don't think I've been ever this hyped up for an Xbox One exclusive. I mean, this game just looks incredible. I mean, it's crafted by Remedy, who we of course all know for making the Max Payne games, and they of course made Alan Wake, which was a great exclusive for the Xbox One. Not the Xbox One, sorry, the Xbox 360. And I just really do find that, Remedy are kind of like Xbox's answer to Quantum Dream for PlayStation, because they're right now they're currently really focused on creating experiences for consoles. But this game just looks really interesting. Of course, it mixes a game with the TV show, so I really am intrigued as to what that will do. I mean, the characters look really interesting. I mean, they've got Shawn Ashmore from The Following and X-Men. They've got Aidan Gillian from Game of Thrones, Dominic Monaghan from Lord of the Rings and Lost, I think. So, they've got some really good actors in. It looks like a really interesting game, and it's definitely an Xbox One exclusive that I think you're going to have to keep an eye out for, if you want an exclusive that's going to make everyone say, this is why you need to buy an Xbox One. And I do think that Quantum Break will definitely be the answer to it, and that's why it goes on to the number 3. So coming in at number 2, we of course have Mirror's Edge Catalyst. Now, of course, you're probably wondering why there isn't any gameplay of this in the video. It's because we all know what EA are like. EA will probably give me a copyright claim if I even try to put, videos of EA games on there. So because of that, you're just going to see screenshots. But off topic now, Mirror's Edge Catalyst, it looks amazing. Mirror's Edge, easily one of the most underrated games of last gen. Literally, I can't think of one of my mates at my school who has played this game. I'm literally the only person who has, and I think that's such a shame because this game is just such a fun to play. I mean, at the time, when first-person games were all about, first-person shooters and stuff like that, this game gave you first-person perspective and completely changed it up by making you, having the parkour system. It was just so fun because at that time I was so bored of playing first-person shooter after first-person shooter, and then finally to have a first-person game that involved parkour, it was just something so new and refreshing. We really needed it as, gamers, because we were just tired and sick of the same old stuff happening over and over again. But Mirror's Edge was just so good. I mean, yeah, it may have been short, the story may not have been great, but it was just so memorable for its gameplay, I think, and it was just so fun. And the fact that Catalyst is now in an open world, and EA or DICE, should I say, really are seeming to go all out for this game. I just can't wait, and I really do think that this is a game that everybody needs to buy, because I want to see sequels after this game, because I know that this game will be epic, and I know that because of the impression this has had on gamers, this is going to be a great game that everyone's going to want to buy, and that's why it goes on to the number 2 spot. So coming in at number 1, this was an easy choice, Uncharted 4: Thief's End. I mean, Uncharted is easily the best gaming franchise I've ever played. Might be biased in saying that, but don't care. Honestly don't care, because Uncharted is just unrealistic. I mean, I remember playing the first one, being blown away by it. 2 was a great game. 3 was a great game, so I'm automatically hyped up for 4. I mean, the fact that this is going to be Naughty Dog's last entry in the series intrigues me even more, and the fact that, of course, with all the departures that Naughty Dog has had, I'm interested to see how much of a different Uncharted this feels. I mean, we've already seen it from the trailers and everything that, this game seems to be taking a slightly different turn, in terms of its mood compared to the other ones, which I'm really intrigued by. I can't wait for the game. The gameplay looks absolutely amazing. Of course, I tried out the multiplayer beta and I was really had a good time with that. It was really fun to play. And, Naughty Dog, they're just the masters of making games. Uncharted was great. From what I've heard of the Jak and Daxter and Crash Bandicoot, because unfortunately I haven't played those games, they were great. The Last of Us blew me away completely, probably the best game ever by them. So I just can't wait for Uncharted 4. I really do hope they, end Nate's story really well, and they give us a really good multiplayer mode. No OP mysticals at launch, please. And, they just deliver gameplay that's fun to play. And if they do, I really do think this will be the game that makes PlayStation 4 a system seller, because everyone's going to want this game. And with all that being said, that's definitely the reasons as to why this game really just does deserve the number 1 spot. Oh, and of course, you got the rope swing, just throwing it in there. But anywho, guys, that was it for today's video of the top 5 most anticipated games for 2016. Let me know what yours are in the comment section below, and be sure to subscribe for more content. I hope you enjoy watching this video, and please come back for more.